Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective, and in today's video I'm going to do something a little bit different and going through like some of my favourite WWE Superstars active at the minute. And yeah, I feel like this is kind of gives you guys a good idea of like who I like, and yeah, it shows a bit of personality, I guess. But also, these aren't in any kind of order. These are just randomly picked as I go along. They're not ranked in any kind of way. But yeah, no, I hope you all enjoy, and yeah, let's get into the video. So first up, I've got Io Sky. Personally, I think she's one of the best wrestlers in WWE, if not the wrestling industry in general. You know, she's had 2 classic WrestleMania matches back to back, you know, multiple championships over the last few years. And yeah, I don't know how people don't like her, to be fair. I think she is incredibly likable on screen. I think that, again, her wrestling speaks for itself. She is an absolutely fantastic wrestler. And yeah, I can't help but enjoy pretty much everything she does, whether it's promos, whether it's matches, whether it's just interactions in general. And yeah, I'm pretty much behind her no matter what. Like, you know, for years and years now, ever since NXT, I've been behind her back when she was Io Shirai. And now when she's Io Sky, I've just been fully behind everything she's been doing. And yeah, I'm rooting for her, whether she's face, heel, between, whatever, like, fully behind Io. And as I said, arguably one of the best wrestlers in WWE, if not the best right now. And yeah, absolutely no doubt she was going to make my list. Following that, I have John Cena, and yeah, I mean, he's the guy that got me into wrestling in the first place. My earliest memory of WWE is the feud between him and Edge, and yeah, I've been behind him ever since. You know, I've never filtered my support for John Cena. I know it's very cliche, especially for someone who's like my age. I'm like, what was the demographic for John Cena at the time? And you know, even though he has recently broken up with me, like most exes, I've kept him on social media. I watch whenever he's on TV just to check he's okay, but I digress. You know, arguably he's one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, and yeah, I mean, like, he's absolutely like my number one favorite. I've put lists out where he is number one, and yeah, no, for me, I don't think there's anyone better than John Cena. And yeah, he was 100% making this list, like, no matter what. He was the first person on the sheet. And yeah, just absolutely love the guy. He's had some of my favourite matches in WWE. The match with Edge at Unforgiven, the TLC match, the CM Punk match from Money in the Bank, and the match with AJ Styles at Royal Rumble 2017, all in like my top 10 favourite matches of all time. The people that say he can't wrestle are chatting utter shit, in my opinion. But yeah, as I said, just absolute favourite in WWE. After that, I have Shotzi. Yeah, she's been like one of my favourites since I first saw her in NXT. You know, the tank was badass. She's metal as fuck, which of course I love. And yeah, I think like in ring she's good as well. Even though like I can't think of any particular classic she's had, you know, she's really good in War Games. She took Ronda Rousey arguably to the limit, even though the match wasn't great. And yeah, like, I only thing I wish is that she wrestled more often, like, especially more recently. We haven't seen much of her, but yeah, the aesthetic, the unique look she has, everything about it drew my attention. And yeah, whatever she does, I am fully behind. Whether it was the shit heel turn that she had a few years ago, even then I was fully behind her. And yeah, as I said, even though she's not on TV a lot, when she does show up on TV, I pop nearly every time, because, you know, absence makes the heart grow stronger. And yeah, no one has my heart like Shotzi. But no, for me, absolutely one of my favourites. As I said, it's hard like not to repeat myself in these kind of videos, but like as I said, I've been backing her since I saw her in NXT. I really hope we get that kind of pushback that she had in NXT, because I really think she's a great talent. It's just that she's been majorly underutilised on their main roster, which is unfortunate. But yeah, as I said, absolutely one of my favourites. Next up, I have the Ruler, Obafemi. Yeah, I mean, I don't get how you don't like this guy. He's an absolute beast. He has stellar matches on NXT. He's the triple threat specialist, arguably one of the best belt-to-belt wrestlers in NXT right now, and has absolutely carried that division so far this year and for most of last year as well. You know, some of the great matches he's had, obviously, he just had the great one at Stand and Deliver with Siobhan Evans and Trick Williams. He had a match with Josh Briggs and Dijak last year, which was absolutely fantastic. You know, he does, you know, his promos are even good, and yeah, the entrance is absolutely fantastic. The way he jigs to the ring is like cool, especially for a heel. And yeah, I just don't get how you can't like this guy. He's just absolutely fantastic. And yeah, like the vibe, the aura that he has is just it's pretty much second to none in NXT, I'd argue. And yeah, I say, I don't get how you can't like this guy. I just think he's arguably like just one of the best parts of NXT, and I hope that he gets kind of the same kind of push in NXT on the main roster whenever he comes up, because you know he's going to come up and he's going to become one of the biggest stars on the main roster, in my opinion. After that, we have Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and the guy is an inspiration to us all. He gets any woman that he breathes near. He has the best hair in the business, the best mustache in the business, and everything he touches turns to gold. I mean, in-ring improvement has been awesome to see, going from when he debuted in 2020 or 2021 to now. He is like arguably one of the most improved wrestlers in ring of the 2020s, and yeah, he's overcome big personal conflicts to join a group that loves him so much and kind of take him away from that toxic household of the Mysterios and, you know, make him one of their own, and it has done him the world of good. And the Judgment Day for him has been like probably the biggest saving grace of any young career I think we've seen in a long time. It's similar to like the likes of Randy Orton, Batista in Evolution, Cody in the long run from Legacy. Like, Dom is up there with just someone who joined a group and became one of the greatest of all time, arguably. But yeah, he bettered himself and succeeded, and how can you not like that? After all, he's one of the biggest success stories, and now he's a hero to everyone, if you will. But no, Dominic is absolutely fantastic. The character work has been just next to none, or second to none. I don't know how you say. But over the last few years, and now he's starting to like get cheers now, even though he's like only like 8 months ago, he was getting booed out the building. People are starting to really recognise how good this guy is, and yeah, for me, I feel like if he carries on the trajectory he's going for, he might even become a world champion in the future, which is like huge. But yeah, no, for me, I've been behind Dom since the heel turn, since he portrayed that bastard Rey Mysterio, who I hate so much. But yeah, no, it's pretty much since then he's been one of my favourites, and yeah, for me, I just think how you can't like an inspirational story that Dom has had. Following that, we have Karrion Kross, and I've made it no secret on my channel that I absolutely love Karrion Kross. You know, I know people will question this one, especially one person in particular, Bobby, but yeah, I have been a big fan of Kross ever since he was in TNA when he was Killer Kross, and yeah, like when he came over to NXT, I was absolutely buzzing, and he absolutely dominated down there, and I loved every second of it. It was very unfortunate that he got his arm injured from the first NXT title run, and his second one was kind of ruined by that main roster call-up when he lost to Jeff Hardy and lost to Samoa Joe, and then Joe immediately vacated the title. It kind of all sucked around that point. But no, I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's got one of the best minds in wrestling that you could have, just watching through numerous interviews, you know, promos, and all the stuff he puts to social media as well. I mean, like, he really does go out there to really get himself out there and all that kind of stuff. And it's really good to see. The package of him and Scarlett is just like really, really cool. And I feel like it works really well. I know they're married and whatever, but even so, like, sometimes married couples don't always work together well on screen. Scarlett and Kross do really well, and yeah, I just hope that, like, you know, what he said recently, even though it was on WWE program, doesn't kind of get him in hot water. But yeah, like, the aesthetic, everything around him, you know, the mysterious promos, the manipulation, turning everybody heel, destroying the Bloodline, destroying the New Day, turning Nakamura heel, AJ Styles heel. You know, all these different like influences he's had on storylines, I feel like it's going to eventually lead to something, or at least it should do, because even though I have a bias towards it, I do feel like it should lead to something really big for him. But yeah, it looks like he's starting to get appreciated a bit more now. Fans are starting to get behind him, which is sick. And yeah, I can't wait for people to realise just how good Kross is, because I can see it, and I just can't wait for it to happen and go down. But yeah, I'm glad that people are starting to really realise how good this guy is. After that, I have CM Punk, and like, do I need to explain why? Of course, I've got CM Punk on my list. And yeah, just like one of the best to ever do it, in my opinion. And yeah, has been one of my favourites for a very, very long time, probably since like 2010, 2009 time. And yeah, I've been a CM Punk guy for the longest time. I say I'm straight edge instead of T-Turtle because of him. And I'm not straight edge because of him. I just say I'm straight edge over T-Turtle because of him. And yeah, just like, he's just like an inspirational guy. You see what it's like in interviews, and yeah, like though the bad rep from AEW and the way he left and whatever isn't great, like you see interviews with him now, and it's like you can see, and like the documentary I used to watch all the time of his, especially when he left, and yeah, I feel like, you know, for me, it's just like, I don't know how to put it. I just like, obviously he's like one of the best and stuff, but like for me, like he's just 100% like my number one or number two favorite. He's very close between him and Cena, and yeah, like most others, I've back him no matter what goes down. And yeah, I'm really happy to have him back in WWE. And though I kind of went off him maybe a little bit while he was in AEW, especially near the end, especially because there's video proof of me booing him at All In London in 2023. I do, like, he is undoubtedly one of my favourites, and though it's not been great for him in wrestling, like, yeah, I just love him, that's all. Like, I don't really know what to say without repeating myself over and over, but yeah, CM Punk, 100% like first or second favourite. And following that, I have AJ Styles, and yeah, speaking of an all-time great, like a living legend for AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers ever, and I've loved him since TNA. I even kept up with his Japan stuff on the down low. Pretty much, I wasn't watching New Japan at the time like I am now, but yeah, I've kept up with his career for a very long time, and yeah, I just think he's ironic. Well, funnily enough, I think he's absolutely phenomenal. No pun intended. But yeah, if you like pro wrestling, you respect AJ Styles. If you love pro wrestling, you love AJ Styles, because he's, as I said, he's one of the best to ever do it. He should be on everyone's favourite list, in my opinion. I don't get how you can't like AJ Styles, especially when you watch him in the ring. Again, some of my favourite like matches overall, not even WWE or just WWE, but like again, the match with Cena, match with Rollins he's had, having the Undertaker's last match was really sick, as well as many others. And yeah, I feel like, you know, he has to make, as I said, any pro wrestling fans list probably has AJ Styles on it. But yeah, for me, again, even when he was like in the lower mid card and defending the US title, like on pre-shows, I was tuning in, mate. Like, because again, I just love watching AJ Styles wrestle. He's just so good. And yeah, he was 100% going to be on this list from the beginning. Following that, I have Aleister Black, or Malachi Black. But yeah, no, for me, like, seeing him first in NXT, like a lot of people here, the aesthetic and everything about it was great. The theme song was a banger, and yeah, the matches were absolutely fantastic. He has some of my favourite NXT matches in history. His match with Andrade at NXT TakeOver New Orleans particularly sticks out. The Extreme Rules match with Adam Cole and the match with Johnny Gargano at War Games 2 are just absolutely phenomenal matches. And yeah, like ever since then, like I've been fully behind him. I think it was one of the first things I watched about NXT was TakeOver New Orleans, and he stuck out so much to me, like when I first watched that event. And like even when I wasn't watching NXT but I was keeping up with it, like he was the one I always like was trying to keep up with the most. And yeah, just the metal aesthetic and all that kind of stuff, I'm fully behind, being a massive metal fan myself. The tattoos, like, are sick. And yeah, the entrance, they're raising up on, like, I don't know if it's like a coffin or something, but like the piece of wood that he comes up on, the candles, as I said, the theme is absolutely awesome. And yeah, just everything about him, just I absolutely love. And I was kind of worried when he went over to AEW, but even then, the House of Black and the aesthetic behind that was really cool. But I'll do my own separate list for like AEW. But no, yeah, to have him back like literally this week or last week, even on last Friday, like is awesome. And I'm really glad to have him back in WWE, and that he kept the theme and kept like everything about Aleister Black beforehand has stayed, which is awesome. And yeah, I'd say, like I've said for every single one, back him no matter what he does, especially after the really disappointing main roster run he had originally. Yeah, happy he's back under Triple H, and I'm praying that Triple H treats him the same way he did in NXT. And after that, I have Chelsea Green, and you know, she's arguably one of the most entertaining parts of WWE right now. She's really good in the ring, great promos, fantastic character work, and yeah, everything that she gets given, she makes work to like the best it could possibly be worked. And yeah, I feel like, you know, the best is still to come when it comes to Chelsea, which is incredibly exciting. She made the US title feel very important, becoming the inaugural champion. And yeah, even though she like literally lost it last Friday, I genuinely hope she goes on to bigger things and starts going into the main event scene. And a bit of speculation, but I feel like they've taken the title off her to then go towards Money in the Bank and maybe even win Money in the Bank, which I feel like would be really good for her. I feel like she'd make the Money in the Bank like I know the story of having the Money in the Bank briefcase worked really well without just doing tease after tease after tease after tease. And yeah, I just look forward to everything that comes in the future for her, because it feels like she's going to get everything she deserves out of wrestling right now, because the fans are going to fully get behind her if not, and it'll end up being like a Jey Uso situation or a Daniel Bryan situation. And yeah, it's going to be great to see. And yeah, whenever Chelsea's on the screen, I'm watching, because it's just so fantastic to see. Next up, I have Stephanie Vaquer, and yeah, I remember the first time I saw Stephanie Vaquer in the build to Forbidden Door in AEW, and my brother literally, I was like, literally fell in love with her like, as soon as I saw her. And then I saw her in the ring, and I loved her even more. Like, she's absolutely fantastic in the ring. I think you take into consideration that she absolutely did over AEW, joined WWE in a very ballsy move, and that, respect that. You literally, she took every advantage she got given. She took it, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. She's kind of like, she's had the best rookie year, I feel like, for an NXT female ever. I think arguably like only second to Obafemi, like as far as best rookie year overall. But yeah, she's fantastic in the ring. She has a really unique moveset. And yeah, even the promos are pretty good for someone who doesn't speak English like as a first language. And yeah, just absolutely fantastic matches, and I feel like she's going to become something really special within WWE in the next few years. And yeah, it's well deserved. She's like one of the best women's wrestlers in WWE right now. And yeah, I can't wait for her to come up to the main roster and start, having great matches with the likes of Io, like we got like a teaser for on Raw last week. And as well as many others, Tiffany Stratton, maybe in Charlotte Flair, I hate her. And yeah, loads of others. Like, the list is pretty big for matches you can have absolute classics with. And yeah, I said I look forward to seeing what she does on the main roster when she comes up, because she will come up. It's pretty much inevitable at this point. And yeah, I don't get how you can't like her, to be fair. And finally, last, certainly not least, I have Seth Rollins. Just the best wrestler in WWE bell to bell right now in the men's division. And yeah, again, I don't need to list the reasons why everyone should really like Seth Rollins. He again was one of the first people that I wrote down on my list. And yeah, when I don't feel like everything you could possibly need in a wrestler, Seth Rollins has. Great character work, great promos, great matches, great everything. I don't get how you can't. Again, I can't get how you can't not like it. Again, I've said that a lot. But yeah, the work ethic as well, you've got to get behind. And yeah, just entertaining in every single way, whether it's his theme song with the fan participation, fantastic wrestling matches, getting behind him for promos, how much the intensity showed going into WrestleMania this year is a really good showing of just how far he can go as a character. And now having Paul Heyman behind him as well is going to be so sick to watch. And yeah, again, I don't get, if you're a wrestling fan, of any kind of, in any kind of way, you've got to have Seth Rollins on your list of favourite superstars, surely. So those are a few of my favourite wrestlers. I think there was 12 overall on the list. Obviously, my list is actually much bigger, and if it's something you'd like to see, I'm considering doing a top 100 of my favourite WWE superstars of all time. I know I did a wrestlers in general, but I feel like it'd be a good challenge for me to see if I can name 100 WWE superstars that I can do, and it's a cool little list to do. Well, not little list, but it'll be a cool list to put out as well. Again, they're not in any particular order, they're just people I've just written as I go around. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Do comment below your favourite wrestlers in WWE and why and all that good stuff, and we can talk about it, or if you want to, I don't know. But yeah, do like the video if you enjoyed it. Any other videos like this you'd like to see where I kind of go through why I like certain things, I'm going to do a similar thing for AEW once All In has happened. I feel like doing this after WrestleMania is a good point to do it in, and I'm thinking about doing it annually as well, so do it after every WrestleMania, see how much my opinion about people have changed, or see who gets added to the list or taken off the list as time goes by. But as I said, if you like the video, please give it a like, do share, do subscribe, all that good stuff. Do stick around. A lot of wrestling content coming up with the likes of Money in the Bank, Battleground, TNA stuff, Double or Nothing coming up as well in the next few weeks. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, so do stick around and subscribe. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.